Apparently, Ben Shalom is looking to match Joseph Parker against Otto Wallin. This is a potential fight according to Boxing Scene. So they quote Shalom here, who said, "We are still hopeful of the Dillian Whyte rematch and the Joe Joyce fight for him, but we have had an offer for him to fight Otto Wallin. It is another thing we are considering. He would also like fights with Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz. He wants to fight anyone and everyone, but at the end of September or early October, he will be fighting. We are still hopeful of making the fights we identified at the start, and we think Joseph is going to perform very well on Sky. We think that one of these fights will be announced in the next couple of weeks." Well, yeah, those opponents would be good for Joseph Parker. The Dillian Whyte rematch makes sense. The Joe Joyce fight would be good if they could get that back on, if Frank Warren will stop sulking. Andy Ruiz rematch, that would be interesting. Deontay Wilder, I'd love the Deontay Wilder fight. For me personally, that would be my first choice out of the names that Ben Shalom listed. I would like to see Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker. Now, Deontay Wilder has something, aside from the big right hand and, the height and reach and all that. He has something which Joseph Parker hasn't really shown much of throughout his career, and that is ferocity. Joseph Parker's been lacking ferocity, particularly when he fights a top-level guy. And so, even though Parker is faster than Deontay Wilder, he's got better balance, he's just better coordinated and better technically all round. Will Deontay Wilder's ferocity intimidate Joseph Parker? Will he be able to take Joseph Parker out? Will Joseph Parker be able to stand up to that ferocious, it's not just the punching power, but it's the will that Deontay Wilder has? Will Joseph Parker be able to stand up to that and get things done in the ring? I'd love to find out. The other fights are good also, but that one for me is the top of the list. Now, as far as Otto Wallin, that's a fight that they're looking at if they can't get the other fights on, the Dillian Whyte rematch, Joe Joyce, etc. And look, Wallin did well against Tyson Fury, but he's not exactly set in the heavyweight division alight. He also beat Dominic Breazeale more recently, and in his last fight, I think he fought some nondescript opponent. Was that on an Eddie Hearn show? So yeah, he's not set in the boxing world alight. He is a southpaw boxer. He's not really a puncher. I'm sure he does have some power there, but he's more of a boxer and a mover. And Joseph Parker is a mover himself, so I'm not sure how that fight would play out stylistically. Two movers. Would it just turn into a boxing match? Or would one of them take the initiative in the fight? Would Joseph Parker perhaps feel bold enough to actually take the fight to Otto Wallin? If you've got two timid guys in the ring, guys who are relatively timid, sometimes one of them can become alpha in the ring. You know what I mean? And you don't always end up with a chess match when you got two timid guys. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Joseph Parker's options. Which do you think are the most realistic options? And which do you think are the most appealing? Let me know in the comment section below.